Hi there everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome all Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia players. Now today we're going to be talking about the stream that we've just had from Square Enix that gives us an overview of all the stuff that's going to be happening in September. We have a lot to talk about this month, like from characters coming out, characters returning that we're going to be talking about. Level 70 is going to be a thing, and that's going to be a big impact on the game. And there's a quality of life change in there that actually makes me a lot happier than it has any right to. But I've rushed home from work because I want to get this video out to you guys and give you all the information and the recap from everything that's happened in that stream. So if you want to know all of what we have to look forward to in September, then stay tuned and keep on watching. As always, don't forget to check out all of the social links in the description box below, including my Twitch, which you can see the schedule for just on my right hand side here, my Discord channel, my Facebook, Twitter, Patreon, all that good stuff if you want to check that out. Obviously, don't forget to check out DissidiaDB.com for all the information that I use for my Shiji pull videos, and now they'll make a lot more sense with level 70s. All the little bits that I've kind of glossed over at the bottom that I've not really paid attention to, they'll start to make a lot more sense in the near future, so you can definitely go and check them out. And of course, don't forget to check out all of the different Opera Omnia content creators that are out there, some of which have covered level 70s way before I have, so definitely go and check out all the people on this list and see which ones you like. So let's talk about the first thing that came up in the chat, or the stream chat at least, which was artifact related quality of life improvements. Now, as somebody that has farmed a lot of Serra artifacts out there, seeing these improvements makes me so happy, because auto enhance, oh my god, I can't wait. It really does make the process a lot less painful. I mean, yes, you still have to deal with the RNG and not getting cursed artifacts and things like that, but at least now it takes a lot less time just to filter through all the crap that you have to go through just to get even one artifact enchantment, just to get it all, like, it just makes the process that much quicker. And at the end of September, we get a revamped version of the World of Illusions, which is something that JP actually only got relatively recently, and we're getting this now, which is amazing. And basically, instead of you farming the artifacts themselves, you'll be farming for artifact tokens, which you can then, you can then trade them in for Idoga or even Idoja of the characters that you actually want the Idoja for. So no more having to sift through. I mean, I'll use Serra as an example. I swear to God, if I see another Cypher Idoja, I will top myself, but I can just get to the ones that I want to do. So the auto enhance is coming this week, which is fantastic, and it's going to make people who are farming like Fran artifacts and stuff much happier. And then late September, it just makes things so much easier on that front. No, it's still going to be a little bit of a pain to have to go through all the RNG artifacts in general, but at least now we can actually aim for the ones we want. So the biggest thing, arguably, to come out of the entire stream is the introduction of level 70 characters and level 70 Crystal Awakenings. Now, as I said earlier, there's a lot of content creators out there that have covered level 70 Awakenings in much greater detail than I will do today, but if you would like me to cover level 70 in greater detail, then definitely let me know in the comments below and I'll be happy to make that video for you. But basically what happens is, at crystal level 61, which you'll get to by using high crystals. So if you think about it, like, it makes sense, like, you know, using shards, crystals and clusters to get to 50, and then high shards to get to 60, and then high crystals to get to 70. We'll eventually get high clusters to get to 80, I imagine. But right now we're just going to introduce high crystals, which gets us from 60 to 70. And at 61, your XP cap can be increased by 10, so you can increase your actual level to 70. At 65, you'll acquire a new ability, which is actually like more kind of downplayed than the other main abilities that you have, but trust me, they do come in very helpful. I mean, as you can see in the example given here with Wall, reducing party bravery damage taken for 3 turns, and then you can, you know, unlock a passive at Crystal Strength 70 that makes that ability better. They're a lot more general purpose than the abilities we've seen before, but as you'll see in a moment when I talk about Bloomstones, there are ways of making these a lot stronger and a lot more usable. And at the end of the day, anything that gives you more longevity in combat, more options to use within combat, it's always going to be welcome. This isn't quite as big a jump, I don't think, like as it was from 50 to 60, but at the end of the day, a jump's a jump. Like if characters are getting their reworks while they're getting these level 70 awakenings, and a lot of them are getting them quite early as well, which is nice. We're getting 2 batches, which I'll cover in a little while, throughout September, some of which have some very popular characters and some which are a little understated, but they won't be for long, I can tell you that much. So speaking of Bloomstones, this was covered in the stream as well. So this is basically the way that you upgrade the third ability that you get instead of using like having to pull through a new weapon or anything like that in order to get these passives to have a little bit more oomph to them. And this is great because there's no gacha involved in it. You get bloom tokens and bloom fragments from in-game events. So think kind of like armor tokens or weapon tokens, but you have to finish fairly hard content in order to get these. And then you can exchange a bloom token for whichever character you want's bloomstone, and then you fully enhance the bloomstone, and it takes 20 fragments per limit break, so 60 in order to do it fully. That will give you another passive that you can unlock for 20 CP usually, and certainly 20 CP as given in the example for WoW, to make that ability better. So as you can see in the example, you get all resist up, use, and then it makes it so that its effect lasts longer. It just does a lot of little things to that extra ability that makes it that much better, and you're going to want these for your level 70 characters, or as many as you can get, because you have to bear in mind that obviously high crystals and bloomstone tokens are going to be relatively hard to get to begin with, but as time progresses they're going to make it easier and easier and easier, so that you'll have a much wider variety of characters to get bloomstones for. So the all-important question, who is getting these level 70 awakenings now, and who's going to be, and when are they going to be coming? So from August the 29th, which is this weekend, so this Thursday, you're going to have Saz, Laguna, Ida, Warrior of Light, Shantotto, and Keita. Now, some of these characters are going to be swept under the rug pretty quickly, so I'm looking at you, Keita, but one day we can hope that Keita's going to be 100% busted, hashtag justice for Keita. But then you've also got Laguna, Shantotto, and Warrior of Light, who are going to be coming, presumably, with their EXs again this time around. Well, Laguna will get his for the first time, but Warrior of Light and Shantotto will get theirs to come back again. And judging by what we've seen in JP, then the banners that will come with this particular event will kind of look like this. And then as you can see, like I'll do should you pull videos on these banners regardless, but I will go out of my way to say now that Warrior of Light, when he gets his rework in his level 70, is monstrous. And he is definitely a character that a lot of people are going to want to grab. Even if you've already got Zac, he's exceptional. Shantotto becomes a lot more playable after her level 70 awakening, as does Laguna. Laguna, like getting it early, he's not as good as the other two, but he's definitely got some quirks that make him unique and a bit different and still very usable. And then in the second batch, which is only 3 weeks later, so September the 19th, we're going to be getting Seven, Faris, Terra, Yuna, and then the last two excite me particularly, Zac, and my boy Ramza. Now I, honest to God, cannot wait for Ramza to get his. I'm so excited for it, like it's not even funny. Zac getting it at this point is really nice as well, because you'll have, you know, if you have Warrior of Light and Zac, then you'll have an offensive tank and a defensive tank that go toe-to-toe with one another. I think Warrior of Light edges Zac out up until a later date where Zac absolutely blows him out of the water. But at this point in time, Warrior of Light is probably the preferable of the two, but there is, honestly, why not both? They're both very good characters, they're both really useful. People are going to be very excited for Yuna, because Yuna will more than likely get her EX at this time as well, and a lot of people are very excited about that because it involves Valifor, and that's really cool. Terra will get a nice little rework as well, and then alongside this, very similarly to how the first batch went, you'll get one new EX, which will be Yuna's. Presumably, as I say, the banners will look something like this. And then the other banner will have returning EX weapons in Terra and Ramza. Zac won't get his come back again, but to be fair, he's only just had his. Seven and Faris won't be getting theirs anytime soon, so it'll be a while before we have to wait for those ones. But these are the characters and what the banners will presumably look like as and when they approach for this week and at the end, or like nearer the end of September. Now the first event that's going to be coming out with the level 70 awakenings on August the 29th is going to be the Atlas raid. Now this has a nice little quirk to it, and I really look forward to this because it very much encourages co-op, and it includes a Cosmos co-op. So this is when co-op starts to step its game up a little bit and actually be challenging. Like we do co-ops now, you kind of get a character that's got some synergy, you mash some buttons, things fall over, you get some rewards, and that's how it goes. But from this point onwards, you actually do kind of have to work together to get this to actually work, and you get some really nice rewards for it. There's community missions that will get you gems, get you tickets, get you high crystals, get you high shards, all sorts of things. And then this is the first event that will give you missions in order to collect bloom tokens and bloom fragments so that you can get started on whichever character you want to do that with. So there's going to be reasons to grab some of these characters that are level 70. If you already have some of the gear from this, like currently I have Warrior of Light EX, so I'm very much looking forward to being able to play with Warrior of Light at his full potential. But your Shantotos, even like your Sazes and Lagunas, they're going to come out to play and they're going to be really fun to use for a little while, but I still probably wouldn't suggest doing too much with Ida and Cater at this point. And of course, celebrating Woll's return, we're actually going to get Woll's costume come back with a gem bundle, which is nice. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I bought this ages ago. It's not going to be of any use to me. But for anyone who hasn't got it, it's a really nice costume. It's based on kind of classic FF1 warrior, as in the warrior of the Warriors of Light. I really like it. I've had it for ages. But also, you're going to get the triple effects up and support items back, which I'm going to be picking back up again because honestly, while I'd farmed so much for Sarah and failed, I burned through all of my triple books. So I'm like, okay, I might have to actually pick some more of these up. And I went to pick them up on the last day and they'd already gone. So these are only around until September the 5th. So if you're going to grab them, don't miss out on them. Of course, it wouldn't be Opera Omnia without us getting some new events, some new lost chapters, things like that, and new characters to play with. And from this point onwards, we're going to be getting characters that are available to be awakened at Crystal level 70. Now, the first one I'm really excited for based on who it is more than anything, and it's Alize. Now, Alize is an interesting character. She's not game-breaking in any way, really, but she's very cool, and I absolutely adore her character. So I'll probably be... I mean, I've said to myself that I'm going to try not to spend very much this month because I don't need to with a lot of stuff here, but there's going to be a few times where I'm sure I crack and I end up wanting to pick up some stuff, and Alize is more than likely the character that's going to break me. So I'm going to try, Alize I'm very, very excited for. And then Porum comes out on September the 5th, who's a very interesting white mage support character. Again, I will cover all of these in Should You Pull videos as and when they turn up. I think I have an unpopular opinion on Porum, and I don't particularly like her, but I've seen a lot of other content creators be quite excited for her, but I mean, she doesn't really do much for me, unfortunately, but who knows. Well, the Should You Pull video will come out just before her banner turns up, and I'll make sure to let you guys know whether I feel that she's worth pulling for and for who she's worth pulling for. And at the same time, I'm a little disappointed in this because Porum is actually going to be our 100th character, and I genuinely have been talking on my streams and with my Discord chat and stuff like that, thinking that maybe the 100th character is going to be somebody who's like global exclusive, or they maybe shuffle stuff around a bit, because Porum's not a very hype character for a lot of people. I mean, I'm sure that she has her fans, but she's not massively hypey for a lot of characters, and this would have been a perfect time for another global exclusive character like Beatrix to come out, but alas, that didn't quite happen. And then continuing with the Lost Chapters and new events and stuff like that, we have Noctis's event coming back on September the 13th, along with a lovely little costume gem bundle that I might have to dip into as and when that one comes out, because it's very, very nice. But Noctis is actually an incredible character. Like, I have no problem saying this now and spoiling my own Should You Pull video for him, but I am so happy that I already have his stuff because he is absolutely fantastic at level 70. He does an absolute bugger ton of damage, and he does a lot of turn manipulation. He does a great amount for your team, so he's definitely one to look out for. And then on September the 16th, so just after Noctis, we're going to have Sync's event turn up. Now, Sync is another like heavy damage dealer, but she's a heavy damage dealer that kind of gets power crept pretty quickly, but she's quite interesting at the very least. Like, she does a lot of kind of, launch shenanigans and things like that. She does a lot of, just a lot of damage. So a lot of players will probably like to grab hold of Sync, and I like the kind of the character design, like cute girl with the big old mace, and she's like, go on, have it. But, she's probably not a character that I'm going to be pulling on. And then Selfie's Lost Chapter will come back on September the 23rd. And Selfie's EX is really odd and interesting. So I don't know whether I'm interested in this one, because what her EX is going to do is grant a faster cast rate for the other party members' EX attacks. So I'm sure that there are shenanigans that you can do with Selfie's EX weapon that you cannot do with anyone else's but hers. So I'm curious about Selfie. I don't know whether I want to pull for her or not, because while it's shenanigans, the rest of her kit's not quite as good as some of the support characters we have out there nowadays, but she's still perfectly usable, and the aura buff is a very, very interesting one, and I look forward to seeing what she can do and what other players do with her too. Now from September the 9th, we're actually going to be getting another story chapter this month as well. Now, while Yuna is on the, the front cover of this artwork and very pretty as it is, I'm inclined to believe that this isn't actually the debut of Yuna's EX weapon, because I think that that's going to be coming on the second level 70 Awakening batch, but this is actually going to be Pain's banner. Now, I'll show a picture of Pain's banner for you right now as to what it's going to look like, and Pain is a character that a lot of people are quite excited about, because she's kind of like Fran upgraded, because she has an EX weapon. Like, if you have Fran, you don't have to pull on Pain, because they do very similar things, but Pain does do the job better, but you obviously have to get all of her stuff, whereas for Franz you just needed to get a 35. Pain is a really intricate and interesting character. I really like the debuffing mechanic that she brings, and she does a lot of damage to go with it. So she's kind of like the next evolution of your Kefka, your Fran, that kind of thing. So she's going to be a character I'm sure a lot of people will pull for. Whether I'm going to or not, I actually don't know, because I'm not sure I actually need her. She's a really good character, but there's a lot of really good characters coming out, and at the early stages of level 70, then sort of the next month and the month after that, more level 70s will come out that will push the early ones to the side. We all know how this goes. It happened with level 60, happened with the first EXs, it will happen again. So just be cautious with your pulls this month and round, because while there's all this exciting stuff with level 70s, new characters, new EXs, revamped EXs, all this, that and the other, you don't, unless you've spent a lot of money on this game, you're not going to be able to pull on everything. So picking and choosing where you want to put your resources is paramount with this month, absolutely, because we're going to have Wall, we're going to have Noctis, we're going to have Pain, we're going to have some really cool stuff come out this month, so just be careful where your gems go. And then the last thing I want to talk about is the fact that we're going to get a load of gems for free, because we're going to get the community stream rewards, which will include 3,000 gems, some tickets and some armor tokens, which we always get every month, and is always a welcome addition. But we're also in September the 9th going to be getting the co-op first meet reset. Now, we've had this once before, but this is literally just 4,000 free gems. Like, for doing some co-ops, which you're going to be doing anyway, because over the course of time, events want you to do co-ops, the raid is going to have co-ops and stuff like that. You're going to get a load of gems just for doing that, and just for free. Like, you don't have to do anything for it. You just get them for meeting new people. And, obviously, if you wanted to join me on stream and, come and play co-ops with me, then you'll meet people through that. So if you, it's a good chance for me to plug my streaming, actually. So definitely check out the link in the description box below for Twitch channel and things like that. Double cycle quest rewards, always handy, always going to be useful, especially if we're going to be needing a lot of these resources to get the level 70s going. And then a Twitter campaign is going to give us some gems, some high crystals, high shards, potions, and all sorts of other niceties. So definitely make sure that when that comes around, you support it and you retweet what they ask you to and things like that, because it benefits everybody and there's no reason not to do it. So definitely just, if you were struggling on Abyss, by the way, like the Abyss beta, because I know a lot of people have been. I've had loads of messages going, how have you beaten Abyss beta? I used my hashtag Team Pink Ladies, my Sarah, Lightning, and Lena. But level 70, like taking a wall through that, you're gonna trounce it. It is an upgrade. Wall is going to help you a great deal, because a lot of people are dying to the early waves of the Cosmos level 9 stuff. So use this to your advantage. The limited rewards are still going to be there this week. Use the first batch of level 70s if you get any of the stuff for them, and take them through it and put them through their paces. So that's it for the September community stream recap. So let me know what you guys think of the first level 70 batches. Who's your first pick for your awakenings, and would you like to see a Should You Awaken video to go with the Should You Pull videos? Because I'm sure everyone's going to have limited resources, and I'm like, oh my god, I have EXs for all these characters and I don't know which one to do first. I probably will do them anyway, but I'd like to know if it's something that you want to see, or whether I should just stick to Should You Pulls. Anyways, thank you ever so much for watching, and as I said, don't forget to check out all of the social media links and all the other content creators and things like that, and leave a comment for, like I said, where your pulls are going to go, where your resources are going to go, and yeah, keep in touch. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you guys in the next video. Bye!